Hi, and welcome back to SoFloDining, South Florida's premier dining blog. I'm Chef Dan. This is Doris with a D.
Hi, welcome back.
How you doing? Welcome back. In this episode, we're going to talk to you about Fado. Fado's located in St. Petersburg.
How did you hear about it?
How did we hear about it? Well, since we've been traveling to the West Coast more often, we stumbled upon St. Pete. And as I mentioned in an earlier blog, St. Pete's a hotbed of culinary
Delights.
Yeah, really. There's so many different places there, and this was one of them that was highly, recommended, highly rated. Like I said earlier, I had put out feelers on, what places to go to. Mm-hmm. This came up a couple times, and it was recommended by the locals, so that's a good thing because it's kind of a tourist area. Mm-hmm. And I really, I really decided to go there.
Yeah, and we lifted there again.
We lifted again.
Yes, which was really a fun thing to do. What was your first impression?
First impression, I really liked the place. Walking in, I got hit with the smell of the food, and it reminded me of, when I was growing up. I grew up in a Portuguese neighborhood. I have a lot of Portuguese friends. I was practically raised Portuguese.
There you go.
So I know that smell, and that's good food. Yeah.
And the building.
A lovely building. Oh, yeah. You mentioned we lifted. Normally we talk about the parking and stuff.
Right.
Huge parking lot.
Yes.
Right. Huge parking lot.
Beautiful building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real nice.
Yeah. What about the menu options?
Menu options. Well, first of all, when we walked in too, okay. I was going to tell them that little trick we were greeted by the host. They walked us in, brought us to our table.
Right.
The first thing I noticed is all the tables were perfectly set. And I mean, like, from my culinary background, they were perfect, perfectly the way they were supposed to be set. Mm-hmm. And, I looked, I was like, oh, wow. Then I noticed that there was a table coming, and they checked the whole settings before that table got there.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But as Doris said, we got in, we thought we walked through the whole restaurant, but there was a whole other half that we saw later on when we were leaving. So I definitely want to go back and explore that. But yeah, and the waiter had told us that there was a function room in the back also, which we don't know how many that seats, but it's available.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Now, what about the menu options and the variety?
Menu options, okay. Being that it's Portuguese, it's going to be heavy on the seafood. There's a lot of different fishes, sardines, octopus, squid, eel. Mm-hmm. If you're a seafood lover, this is the place. But of course, they have the beefs, the chicken, stuff like that. But I mean, primarily, it's a seafood place.
Mm-hmm. Very original.
Very original, and like I said, if you can't find something on that menu, something's wrong with you, because it's just a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. And yeah. And what about the drinks and service? That night we opted not to have any. Yeah, we opted not for alcohol. It looks like they had a beautiful wine closet or cellar, whatever you call that.
Yeah.
A lot of wines. But primarily Portuguese is port wines. Mm-hmm. But we had a soda, Savor.
Right.
Savor. It's a Portuguese soda. Mm-hmm. Not as sweet as the American soda, but the waiter had told us he likes the passion fruit and the pineapple. So Doris ordered passion fruit. I ordered pineapple.
I find it interesting that their soft drinks are made with fruit.
Yeah.
Very natural.
Yeah, and delicious. We had two of them, two each.
Yeah.
We ended up having more of the pineapple. The waiter had said that the pineapple was his favorite too.
Right.
So
you can't blame them. I mean, they were both delicious.
Yeah.
And what about the food and presentation?
Food and presentation. Okay. I was watching the dishes come by because we had eaten heavily the night before, so we really didn't do appetizers, anything like that. I do want to go back and have the appetizers. There were some that are on the menu that I'd really like to get to. But no, the presentation, beautiful. Everything was classic. The white rice, the potatoes, both dishes. Beautiful. I mean, it was beautiful. You could see the blog. You could see the pictures there. And just the smells, though, really. The smells in there, the garlic, the seasoning, loved it.
Tell people about that sauce on your shrimp.
Oh, I had the shrimp and the chef's special sauce.
Yes.
And it's like a garlic. I can't place my finger on the seasonings, but it was a garlic, oil, and white wine and some seasonings. And it was so good that somebody ended up taking it and putting it on her potatoes, on her vegetables. And she had beautiful drawn butter there for that, but she took my sauce.
It was absolutely godlike.
Yeah.
I loved
Very
it.
good, very good.
It was really, really good. What about the portion sizes?
Portion size is more than ample. I really had a hard time finishing mine. Your steak, I think I had your steak when?
The next day.
Yeah, I had your steak.
Yeah, we
I
took
just take, yeah.
some stuff home.
Yep.
But I did eat all
And I couldn't believe you got 3 half lobster tails. I thought you were going to get like one little lobster tail.
Yeah, no, I ate all my lobster tails.
You got plenty of lobster tail, yeah.
I had steak left
and
over, though.
And that was cooked perfect. The lobster tails melted in your mouth, succulent, moist. Loved them.
It was absolutely excellent. And how about dessert?
Dessert, okay, dessert. The waiter came over with the dessert cart. Mm-hmm. He went through each dessert in detail, what they were.
Right.
The last one he went through was a pineapple mousse.
Yes.
And he was honest. He said, I can't recommend this because I've never had it. It's brand new to the menu and I haven't tried it, so I can't say, he couldn't give an opinion on it. And I really respected that. And I said, you know what? Give that to us. We're going to give it a try.
Yeah.
And how was it?
Oh, it was delicious. It was light as a feather. You could taste the pineapple in it,
right.
but it wasn't,
chunks. It was like pureed. Yeah. It was like
just
all throughout.
It was delicious.
And not overly sweet.
Right. The right amount of sweetness.
Right.
Yeah. And you know what we forgot to tell people?
Right.
That there were so many people there celebrating their
Oh,
birthdays.
yeah. Oh, yeah. There was at least 4, maybe 5 happy birthdays. And what's funny is, they sing it in Portuguese.
Yes.
So it was a very
Everybody
festive...
comes over to the table
right.
and they sing.
The
It's
restaurant
so cute.
in general, though, was very festive. I mean, a typical Portuguese crowd. Mm-hmm. It was very celebratory, very festive, loud, fun. Mm-hmm. That's how it is.
And for a Saturday night, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What about your recommendations and cost?
Recommendations. Okay, this is going to go out to left field. Recommendations is we're going to be going to Orlando, and I want to try their other restaurant, Lisbon, which was their original restaurant. They were the first and only Portuguese restaurant in Orlando.
Wow.
And they expanded to St. Pete. Mm-hmm. So I want to go try that.
Absolutely.
But definitely the shrimp and the chef's sauce, delicious.
Yeah, without a
delicious.
doubt. Without a doubt.
But I want to go to the other place. I want to be hungry so we can have the appetizers. I cannot pronounce these. I'm not Portuguese. They have a camarone, like an ajillo, so it's like a shrimp and a garlic sauce. Mm-hmm. I saw 2 of those go by, and they smelled delicious. Then they have a chorizo al bombero, I think it is.
Yeah,
it's basically a flaming chorizo. And it comes to the table, they flambe it right there.
Awesome.
So that I want to try. And so definitely we'll be going there. I don't know if it's going to be before this airs.
Could be.
Or after this airs. But
Could be.
Look for it in the future.
We have some traveling to do, yes.
Yeah, so look for it in the future because it will be aired after this, of course.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anything else before we go?
No. Look for us in the St. Pete area. Yeah. We're going to be there more often, and we look forward to doing some more reviews.
Awesome.
So, as always, enjoy, and I'll see you there.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Take care.
And
what? I pre-buyed. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check us out, SoFloDining.com.
Yeah.
Or you could always hashtag SoFloDining, SoFloDining, mm-hmm. and we will populate your screen.
Till then, bye.
Take care. Bye.